Javier Hernandez, and a day of celebration seemed destined to end in minor disappointment until Ferdinand, who signed for Ferguson in July of 2002, appeared on the end of Robin Van Persie's 87th minute corner and shot home from 6 yards out. In an emotional post-match speech, Ferguson, who will be succeeded by Everton manager David Moyes, praised all at the club during his 26th. As a typically torrential Manchester afternoon dampened proceedings, if not the mood, the fixture that marked Ferguson's final home game was always to be largely irrelevant, with the manager having won the 13th English League title 2 weeks ago. But the significance of the occasion made for an electric atmosphere at Old Trafford, as the teams came out and created a guard of honour for the retiring manager. Ferguson made a low-key entrance in these circumstances, taking the place on the United bench for the 1,499th time as a manager, as a club employee held up the electronic subtitles board to display the figures 26 and 38, the number of years Ferguson has been in charge and the number of major trophies he has won respectively. The 75,000-plus crowd have been also issued with flags, red for United, white for the few thousand visiting supporters, while one side of the stadium displayed a mosaic which spelled out champions activities. There was such an air of celebration and reminiscence around Old Trafford that one burning issue hardly registered the fact that England striker Wayne Rooney was not even named among the substitutes by Ferguson. But all sides on the pitch were cast towards Paul, the 8-year-old United midfielder, who had similarly announced that he is to retire at the end of the season and was handed a start by Ferguson.
Welcome back. Still watching Sprint and moving now to the European leagues, and we're starting with Man United and Alex Ferguson winning or ending his career with a very interesting title early on, though. So most of the European leagues had an early finish for the titles. Abdulrahman.
This is the disappointing part this year, because now a few weeks ago, long weeks ago, I think it was a little bit clear, because in some leagues it's not possible, I think, to retain the difference, like in the Spanish league, for example.
Yes.
In the English Premier League, it was, of course, the case is always different, and you expect competition till the last phase. But this year, I think Man United had a very good season, and there's actually two parts about Man United winning the league. They had a very good season, and teams like Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, they had a bad season, at least on the league level. Chelsea, of course, had overall not a terrible season, but Arsenal had a bad season, Chelsea in the league bad season, Liverpool bad season, Manchester City compared to last year and compared to the spending they spend on their team. This is a terrible season.
Yes.
They lost everything now, and even the cup they lost it to Wigan. So Man United, of course, was the most consistent team. They sustained like a good level of football over the whole year, and they deservedly won the league. And they have a good group of players. Of course, Ferguson now knows how to set up a great team like Man United.
I guess he had it set up for quite a long while, and maybe retiring with this sort of celebration is definitely the best way to end his long years of managing and running this team. Definitely.
This is true, and the way he's leaving the team, he's also, like, the point of view you can hear from him is very nice, because now he's leaving the team in a condition that is, I think, would continue for another few seasons. A team, the level of age is not high, all young guys, not young guys, but no one is old except maybe Rio Ferdinand, Scholes and Giggs, and Scholes now has officially retired. So the team now, with the subs they have, I think is capable of continuing on a good level for another 3-4 years at least.
Right. Still with the English teams and Chelsea winning the or Europa League, definitely. Like, you know, after a series of frustrating losses, It was a very important victory and a very important title for Chelsea. How would you comment on that?
Yeah, of course. Before moving to Chelsea, it's a bad week for Benfica. They lost the Portuguese league. Almost lost. Now one phase or one round is remaining, and they were leading. Now they're trailing. Most probably they're losing the league, and they also lost this. And what about the cup final? If they will continue losing, I don't know. But with Chelsea now, I mean, this is the game that saved their season. The season has been bad with everything. It was early exit from the Champions League, with early. You can call it exit from the league too, from the league competition. They were down too early, and the FA Cup and everything. So now, of course, this saved the season. And football-wise, the game Benfica had, I think a better. In the end of the day, Chelsea, I think the players had the spirit to end the season with a trophy, and this group of players, I don't think they deserve to go out from the whole season without a trophy. They're a group of great players, great talents. You can see now talents that will be even better in the future. Matt and Oscar Hazard, these guys are very entertaining when you watch them, and I think they will be huge in the future. So. It's actually good to see Chelsea maintaining a cup in the end with Rafa Benitez.
Right. Also, the last piece of news that we have, definitely a great achievement for the French team, Paris Saint-Germain. PSG managed to win the title after 19 years of the French league title. So how would you comment on that?
They got to win this title if they spend all this money, and if they have Zlatan Ibrahimovic and they have Thiago Silva. They have Lafiti, they have Verratti now. All these guys are now targets for big teams and great players, seriously. Overqualified for the French league now. This is how I call it. Like a team like PSG, if they compete in a stronger league, would even be better. You can win the French league with the team that is not as strong as PSG.
Yes,
yeah. So, but the good thing is also that they've done well in the Champions League. Even against Barcelona, the first game wasn't in their favor. The second game in Barcelona, they gave Barcelona a hard time. Overall, as a season, it was a very good season, very good start.
They started the match with a 1-0, and they almost had the qualification, but they lost it at the very last.
Exactly, and it's a very good start for the new management of the club. I think the investment is going the right way, and they're picking the right coach and the right players, and they're doing fine. They're doing very well. And the next season, I expect they would definitely keep the league and maybe proceed a little bit more in the Champions League.
That was a celebration for PSG, and definitely the first French league title after 19 years. Finally, I'd like to thank you very much, Abdulrahman Mejdi, for joining us. It has been a great pleasure to have you with us tonight.
Thank you. It's good to be here, and good luck.
Thank you very much. And with this, we come to the end of this edition of Sprint. We'd like to thank you very much for joining us, and have a great night. Goodbye.